Hi everyone, welcome to churchsoundtips.com, and today we're dealing with an important question which I'm sure has been asked by anyone who's run a sound desk in church before. How do you deal with complaints that a worship band is too loud? Very often the sound guy is the first person to be blamed when things go wrong with the sound. Everyone looks to you to fix it. So I have 6 things to consider today if you've been getting complaints. The first thing is don't react aggressively or defensively to initial complaints, no matter how much it can be tempting to react. It's natural to want to do that because at the time it seems like a personal criticism of you and your ability. I think the best thing to do in that situation is maybe to distance yourself personally from the question and perhaps not to take it too personally. If it were someone else in the sound desk, chances are the same complaints would probably be made to them. So that's number 1. Number 2, listen carefully to the complaint and give folks the benefit of the doubt. Assume the person making the complaint has genuine reasons to do so. Folks aren't complaining for no reason most of the time. So try and put yourself in their shoes, understand exactly why they're complaining. It might be helpful even to ask a few other questions to get to the bottom of the problem. Where do they sit in the sanctuary? Is it a problem with every song or maybe just certain songs? Is it too loud every week or maybe just on the odd occasion? Maybe it might be related to one particular instrument. So you need to find out what the actual complaint is. Okay, number 3, assess the basis of the complaint. It's a difficult thing to figure out, but you need to work out whether the person's complaint is a problem for the congregation generally, or is it just this one person's preference. Sometimes that is the case. Ask other people in the congregation from maybe different age groups who sit in different places whether it's too loud for them also. If it isn't a problem for others in the congregation, then it might be related to where the person making the complaint is actually sitting. Maybe they're too close to a loudspeaker. If that's the case, no one else believes it's a problem. Maybe gently suggest they try and sit somewhere else in the sanctuary to see if that actually makes a difference. Or maybe one Sunday, if you're not running sound, maybe try sitting somewhere different in the sanctuary where maybe there are complaints and see if you can hear what the difference in sound is. That might be helpful. Okay, number 4. Is it an issue that you need to refer to church leadership? If a person's complaint isn't related to any of these other things, it might just be that what is really behind the complaint is that the person has a different musical preference from perhaps the rest of the congregation. They might not like electric guitars, they might not like drums, etc. If this is the case, then it's not really your place as a sound tech guy to make changes to suit one person's preference. That is really a decision for the church leadership and maybe the worship team. You don't want to bother your pastor or elders about every complaint, but if you feel it relates to style of worship, then that is maybe something you need to defer to either the pastor or elders in your church. I'd also mention to the person making the complaint that they should really take their concerns to the church leadership if it is really about style. That is not really your area to kind of deal with. So yeah. Number 5, next one, assuming complaint is genuine, try and figure out a way to fix it where possible. If it's possible to fix, then there are things that you can do. Perhaps if you've correctly diagnosed what the problem is, maybe it's just a case of turning down the main volume if it's related to a particular instrument. might be changing the EQ, it might be lowering volume, etc. If it's a problem with guitars, could it be to do with guitar effects pedals? You maybe need to speak to the worship musicians to get that resolved. So yeah, once you've diagnosed the problem, see if there is an easy fix for it. It may not be that difficult to do. Okay, next one. Number 6, after making changes, what is the response of the congregation? Check back with folks who have maybe made an initial complaint. See if the problem's been resolved. If it has, thank them for coming to you and help you to make the overall sound better. If it's still not right, you might need to go through some of these steps again I've mentioned. Maybe ask a wider group of people to find out what the real source of the problem might be, and always, be prepared to listen to what folks are saying and take it on board. So I hope these 6 kind of tips have been helpful. If you would like to find out more, I have an article on this topic, and if you click in the description below the video, you'll be able to get that link, or if you type into Google churchsoundtips.com/complaints, that will also lead you to the article. So I hope you found this helpful. If it has been helpful, please like the video and also subscribe to our channel. Thanks again. Bye now.